This is a Heart and Hand production.
Ho 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 everyone, my name's David Edgar and I'm joining you this post-Boxing Day weekend. It felt like the Boxing Day fixture today, even though technically it wasn't. As Rangers beat Motherwell by 1-0 this afternoon at Ibrox. And first things first, I think if you were a neutral you would have thoroughly enjoyed that game of football. Both managers said the same in their post-match press conferences. It was intense stuff and both sides were going for the win. I've got nothing but praise for Motherwell. I genuinely, especially for the money that they have spent, they're an impressive side, the way that they get the ball down and move it. And yeah, I mean, when you think of the money we've spent and haven't been able to play with such fluency so often. The first 15 minutes was all Motherwell. They really were all over us. And Jack Butland, who came in for a lot of deserved criticism last week, but he was terrific today. He's made some good early saves. Around about the 50-minute mark, Rangers made a change, Danny Rule said, to the pressing. And that let us get back into it, and we were the better side for the next 15 minutes and made some chances, forcing their keeper into an excellent double stop not long afterwards. It was an even game, as I say. Both sides were moving the ball, and there were no real let-up. The first half whizzed by. Into the second half, and I thought Rangers began to get a grip of the game, but again we were still indebted to Jack Butland for a terrific stop at 0-0. And you got the feeling that one goal would maybe open the game up and make it even more open, and it was Rangers who got the goal. We got it through Tello Asgard, whose selection, I must admit, when I saw on the team sheet, had certainly raised a few questions, but he justified his selection today. Really good play by Gassama. He cuts in from the wing, hits a low curling shot towards the bottom corner of the goal. It's going in, the keeper makes the stop, but there for the rebound is Tello Asgard. And there was an almost kind of slightly muted reaction at first, because I think that people were waiting for offside, not because it was offside, but because Rangers had the ball in the net just after half-time. Nico Raskin getting on the end of a nice move, but the goal was ruled out for Gassama being offside in front of the goalkeeper. Motherwell felt they should have had a penalty late on. Their manager was he was adamant in the press conference that they should have. I must admit myself, I haven't seen it back. So I wouldn't be able to say at the time, but it didn't look glaring, but we're only seeing it in real time. But Rangers did see it out, not without a few hairy moments, you have to say. But the real frustration is that Rangers should have won the match by a few more goals, because we had so many good opportunities at the end. The dreaded XG was over 3 for Rangers today, which basically means we've missed some sitters, and we absolutely did towards the end. Again, we're breaking, we've got, 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s, we're making chances and we just don't finish it. And a bit like against Hibs, it leads to kind of hairy last 5 or 10 minutes when, in all honesty, the game should be 2-3-0 at that stage and done. So, a good win. Again, you keep a clean sheet, you give yourself a chance. And Rangers, and this might shock you, it shocked me when I looked at league table, are now the side who've conceded the fewest goals in the Scottish Premier League this season, which seems remarkable. But since Danny Rule has come in, he's been honest, he has tightened the side up, and I think a big reason for that is he doesn't trust the forwards are going to go out and score 2, 3, 4 goals in a game, because they haven't been. But we did get the victory against a good side. It's absolutely no surprise to me, having witnessed them first, or close up rather, today, why Motherwell are doing so well, and they will give sides a right game this season, there's no doubt about it. But we do win and we get closer to that transfer window. It's interesting because, defensively I would say, we need to get more defensive players in, but clearly it's the front area. If Rangers were scoring more goals, then obviously games would be a lot easier to manage. It's common sense, but we just don't have the quality in the final third that's enabling us to kill games. We lack that killer instinct. Today I thought Dujon Sterling was excellent, the aforementioned Jack Butland, but I do also want to give a shout out to Connor Barron, who I thought had a terrific 90 minutes in the engine room for Rangers. He was here, there and everywhere, and he got the man of the match in the stadium, and I have to say it was thoroughly deserved. So thank you very much for joining me, folks. It's very, very cold. I hope you're still enjoying your post-Christmas Christmas festivities. We're into that stage where it's going to be difficult to know what day of the week it is, but we'll be back here on Tuesday, I think, the 30th anyway, to take on St Mirren. So even though I'm a little late, can I wish you all a Merry Christmas? I hope you had a good one, and I hope you have a very festive and enjoyable weekend, and I'll be back here on Tuesday. Until then, take care everybody. Bye bye.